I'm just calling to say I...
What's up guys, Rage Quitting here, back with another video for you guys. Today we're going to do an updated guide for the best damage Demon Hunter build. We'll just get right into it. So here we go. We're going to open up the talents here. Alright, so I have some variations to this, but overall this is going to be the most damage possible build in any situation, PvP or PvE. Starting over here on the left side, this is pretty standard, but we're also going to take Sigil of Flame. I was neglecting this talent before because I didn't really see much use from it, but it is an extra button that does damage, okay? But mostly this is for the 30 Fury generation, because if you take a look over here on the right side of the tree, we are playing Throw Glaive with any means necessary, and then also going down the left side for momentum. But this build uses a lot of Fury, so any extra Fury generation that we can get will definitely help. So that's mostly the reason for taking Sigil of Flame here. I kind of just use it on cooldown just to get some extra Fury whenever I need it. And then going down here, Misery in Defeat is the 20% extra damage increase after Sigil of Misery ends, but without this, the build still does a lot of damage. So if you want to have Sigil on a lower cooldown for PvP to chain CC the healer or the off target, you know, more often, you can totally play with improved Sigil of Misery, which will reduce the cooldown of Sigil of Misery by 30 seconds. Okay, so that I'll leave up to you. Over here on the right side of the tree now, if you've seen previous builds before, I showed this build for the Essence Break one-shot video that I made not too long ago. They did nerf Essence Break recently, but it's still the best build. So Essence Break still hands down the best build that you can play for the most damage possible, okay? And the reason for that is because of momentum. It's mostly coming from momentum. Of course, Essence Break does buff the damage of your next Chaos Strike or Blade Dance, so we're going to be using that in the rotation for sure. But a lot of the sustained damage that you deal comes from momentum, and I'll give you a little example here. You guys can go ahead and just copy this build and put it into your game. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description down below. Talking about this build a little bit, going down, we got Burning Hatred on the right here for extra Fury generation. The Throw Glaive talent, which makes Throw Glaive do more. We are not taking Serrated Glaive in this one because this build does not focus on I-beam damage. So I-beam in this build is purely just to get yourself into Metamorphosis with this talent here with Demonic, and then you're just using your Metamorphosis damage abilities with your upgraded Blade Dance and your upgraded Chaos Strikes for most of your damage, also with the Throw Glaives, okay? And then we have the extra damage that you get from your Immolation Aura, so Growing Inferno, and from Burning Wound. So whenever you throw Throw Glaive or your auto attack passive Demon Bites, leave the open wound and it makes your Immolation Aura do more damage, okay? So Fell Rush, the Hunt, and Vengeful Retreat increase your damage done by 8% for 5 seconds. So that's basically how you're going to play this build. You're going to make sure you keep up this momentum damage buff as often as you possibly can, and then go ahead and do the rest of your damage while you have your momentum going, okay? Alright guys, so I'll go ahead and talk you through a rotation here when we have all of our cooldowns available. But some basic guidelines to follow is Generate Fury with Sigil of Flame, Immolation Aura, and Fellblade. So whenever you need Fury, use those abilities. And then also, before you do any of your damage cooldowns with either Throw Glaive, Blade Dance, or Chaos Strike, you want to make sure you have your momentum buff up by using Fell Rush, Vengeful Retreat. The Hunt gives it to you as well, but we want to use the Hunt at a specific time. In general, okay, so build Fury, Sigil of Flame, Immolation Aura, and Fell Blade. Before you send any damage, make sure you have your momentum buff up with Fell Rush, and then you can go ahead and use Throw Glaive, Blade Dance, and Chaos Strike. Okay, that's pretty much it. Whenever you jump into your Metamorphosis form, you're going to reset the cooldowns of your Blade Dance or Death Sweep when you're in meta form. So you want to use Death Sweep after you I-beam to put it on cooldown, and then jump into Metamorphosis form to reset those cooldowns. Then you can do another Death Sweep and another I-beam. But before you do your Death Sweep when you're in Metamorphosis form, you want to make sure you hit your Essence Break because it buffs the damage of your next Death Sweep and Chaos Strike, and it'll do more damage, okay? And then you can send the Hunt whenever you're in Metamorphosis form, okay? So I'll show you rotation real quick. This is just an example. Okay, so we're going to Sigil to get some Fury up, Immolation, Aura, Fell Blade. We're going to rush through the target and Throw Glaive once into an I-beam, put Death Sweep on cooldown, okay? Then jump into meta. We're going to Essence Break, Vengeful Retreat, Hunt into another Death Sweep, into Chaos Strike, and then Throw Glaive, Chaos Strike, Throw Glaive, I-beam, Death Sweep, we're gonna get our momentum buff going again, and we need Fury, so we're gonna generate Fury here. Momentum buff up, and then Death Sweep into Throwglaive. Okay, if you need more Fury, Sigil of Flame and Fell Blade. Okay, Death Sweep again, Throwglaive, and then spam Chaos Strikes. Okay, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Not a whole lot to it. It just takes some practice. So get up here on the dummy and make sure you practice the rotation. Follow the guidelines, okay? If you need Fury, use Fury generating abilities. When you don't have your momentum buff, get it back by using Fell Rush or Vengeful Retreat. Also, each time you use Fell Rush or Vengeful Retreat, it gives you 5 seconds of your momentum buff, but you can use them consecutively to add more time to your momentum buff, okay? So I'll show you an example here. Let me get in combat so it'll show you the weak aura. So here's my momentum, right? If I do 1, 2 rushes plus a Vengeful Retreat, now I have added time to that momentum buff, okay? It didn't show because I exited combat here, right? So I still have 1 second there. Do a Fell Rush, I have 5 seconds. If I do another Fell Rush, it adds 5 more seconds, okay? So you can always do that to extend the time of your momentum buff. If you guys want this weak aura, go to wago.io where they have all the weak aura stuff in there, and just search for momentum, and you can copy that and add it into your weak auras, okay? But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you guys on another one. Peace.